On Global TV News Prime, CBN debunks report, President Bola Tinubu reaffirms democratic commitment. In business, Central Bank of Nigeria debunks report on BDC recapitalization deadline. On the foreign scene, India extends deepest condolences after plane crash incident. And in sports, Ocheme to headline second PFL Africa Showdown. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to the News Prime on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Queen Agaba. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365, on Star Times channel 276 and free to air on Nigecomsat. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed his administration's dedication to democratic governance as Nigeria marks 26 years of uninterrupted civilian rule. Speaking at a joint session of the National Assembly, the president hailed June 12 as a symbol of national resilience and justice. He also honored Chief Moshood Abiola and other pro-democracy heroes while dismissing fears of a one-party state, assuring Nigerians of a thriving multi-party system. Global Television brings you details.
At this point, I plead for your indulgence so that I may put a terrible rumor to bed. To those who ring the alarm that the APC is intent on a one-party state, I offer you a most personal promise. While your alarm may be as a result of your panic, it rings an error. At no time in the past, nor any instance in the present, and at no future junction, shall I view the notion of one-party state as good for Nigeria.
The president emphasized youth empowerment, digital infrastructure, and industrial growth as key priorities and praised the National Assembly and armed forces for their continued support, while calling on all Nigerians to uphold the core values of June 12, freedom, equity, and accountability as the country charts a course towards progress.
Our administration is fully committed to boosting the economy and productive base through investment in critical infrastructure, roads, expansion of port operations, rail, and power. We are creating a new environment in which industry and manufacturing can thrive.
The President of the Senate, in his remarks, framed the event as a symbol of national unity, institutional synergies, and constitutional development, while affirming executive and legislative collaboration.
President of the Senate, I reaffirm the unwavering commitment of the 10th National Assembly to the cause of the Nigerian people. We must continue to champion every policy that uplifts the poor, empowers our youth, strengthens our economy, and defend the dignity of every citizen of this nation.
Emphasizing inclusive democracy, the Speaker of the House of Reps, Tajuddin Abbas, says the National Assembly has served as the guardian of our democratic institutions, while spotlighting active citizen engagement and a robust legislative agenda aligned with economic, constitutional, and participatory reforms.
Our determination is unequivocal to expedite and finalize the constitutional amendment process by December 2025. Some of our priorities include special reserved seats for women, formal constitutional roles for traditional rulers, and legal backing policy.
As Nigeria celebrates 26 years of democracy, President Tinubu's commitment to democratic governance and development is a promising step forward. For Global Television, Queen Agaba reporting. As Nigeria marks June 12th Democracy Day, citizens across the country are reflecting on the state of the nation's democracy, from economic challenges to a resilient hope for better governance. The day evokes both reflection and renewed expectations. Our correspondent, Priscilla Obasi, took to the streets of Abuja to find out how Nigerians feel about the journey so far, reflecting on the country's democratic struggles and the aspirations. Her report.
Democracy Day was originally celebrated on May 29th. The day civilian rule was restored in 1999. But in 2018, the federal government declared June 12 the new date of the Democracy Day, beginning from 2019, in honor of Chief MKO Abiola and the historic 1993 presidential election, widely regarded as Nigeria's freest and fairest elections. As Nigeria prepares to mark the June 12th Democracy Day, we are on the streets of Abuja to hear directly from citizens to find out how Nigerians feel about the Democracy Day. Has it delivered on its promises, and what are the hopes moving forward? Here's what they have to say.
June 12th is not worth celebrating, you know. A lot of things, Nigeria right now is upside down. A lot of things are happening, you know, no structure. Imagine the children, the primary children, they're still at home doing nothing, no school. What is government doing about it? They're on strike. Our children are at home doing nothing. They are not going to school for a full term, no school, nothing. They're just at home doing nothing. Is it fair? And we're here saying that we want to celebrate June 12th. Celebrate what exactly? The children are the future of the children are the future. So if you can't take them as priority, what is even June 12 worth celebrating? It's nothing.
Democracy in Nigeria is a mirage. We're talking about freedom. People say the modern democracy, there is freedom. Freedom of what? When people are hungry, where is the freedom? Are we free from poverty? Until we are free from poverty, we are free from dependency, we are free from, say, malaria fever, mosquito bite. Until we are free from those things, even though there is no freedom. The true freedom is the freedom for people to be happy while they have leader.
Sense. And I really do not think democracy is working in Nigeria. First and first, based on our educational definition of democracy, the government is of the people, by the people, and for the people. Nigeria specifically, this government is not for the people. It's basically for a certain category of people. And is democracy working in Nigeria? Hell no. Nigeria does no longer practice a democratic system of government. It's now a handing over system. Because I think a particular minister was speaking in Lagos some weeks ago, and he was talking about handing over. If you want to hand over power to somebody. So now they are no longer practicing democracy. They are now practicing a system called handing over, where this sitting governor already knows who he wants to give the position to in the next. You understand? When this time is over, he already knows who he wants to give the the seats to. So our vote doesn't count, our voice doesn't count. Democracy is dead in Nigeria, and it's not existing. So Nigeria does not practice a democratic system. We practice a handing over or godfatherism, or I know you, I know. That's what Nigeria is all about now.
If I should speak to Nigerian leaders, whoever that were elected to the office, I'll tell them that there should be personal sacrifice. Instead, they keep on amassing wealth, and the masses are suffering. So I will ask them to make a personal sacrifice so that the masses will have the dividend of democracy.
I feel democracy means to me the people freely expressing how they feel, and then seeing that the government are paying attention and also doing the things that the masses have said they should do. That's democracy to me. That is government paying attention to the cries of the citizens, basically.
I haven't seen the results of democracy working so far. For me, because I'm not really an outside person, but I could say in some cases, let's say probably administrations and offices, I think they are getting better now than before. But aside that, I don't think I've seen any other thing.
Those are the voices of Nigerians sharing their thoughts on Democracy Day. From hope to criticism, one thing that is clear is that citizens are aware and are ready to hold their leaders accountable. As the nation marks the June 12th celebration, the question remains, can Nigeria democracy continue to grow strong and truly deliver for the people? From Abuja, I am Priscilla Obasi, reporting for Global Television.
The Senior Special Advisor to the President on Student Engagement, Sunday Adedayo, says this is first time Nigeria tertiary institutions is experiencing an uninterrupted academic calendar in the last 2 years. Speaking during a solidarity work organized by the National Association of Polytechnic Students, NAPS, on Democracy Day, the Senior Special Advisor commended Nigerian students for embarking on a solidarity walk to mark the day. Global Television's correspondent Ramsey Enoch Agbo reports.
The Senior Special Advisor to President Bola Tinubu, Sunday Adebayo, during the special solidarity work by the National Association of Polytechnic Students, NAPS, to mark Democracy Day, appreciated the leadership of NAPS for coming out to say thank you to President Tinubu's leadership.
I commend the leadership of Nigerian students in this country. Like they have said, this is the first time that 2 years uninterrupted academic calendar in the Nigeria that we grew up, where your 4-year course turned to 7 years. I thank Nigerian students for coming out to say thank you to Mr. President. And I'm sure this is just an Oliver Twist. Appreciating the president is another way for them to be asking more from the president. And I know he's their father. He has the listening here. He will definitely listen to their yearnings.
The President, National Association of Polytechnic Students, Paul Oganya, who spearheaded the solidarity walk, said the work was to let Nigerians know that this is the first administration to invest so much in Nigerian students.
It is worthy to note that since the inception of democracy, it is the president that has invested much in education. That is why we are gathered here today in this program organized by the National Association of Polytechnic Students to say Adupe Mugode, Mr. President, for what you have done for us. The budgetary allocation to the educational sector this year is very, very, very enormous, and we are proud of him. His investment in TVET, his investment in Telford, his investment in the Nigeria Education Law for which is NELFORD. It is very, very, very pleasant to us. Today, the Nigerian students do not have a reason to say we can no longer go to school, or we don't have a sponsor who will sponsor us to the school.
The President, National Association of Nigerian Students, Olushola Oladoja, who also participated in the work, says it is the first time Nigerian students are getting loans and monthly stipends from government to enable them go through school.
This is democracy, 26 years ago of democracy. This is the first time that we are having the highest budget in education. And this is the first time again that we are having an establishment of student loan, NELFORD. And that have drastically reduced the dropout of students from campuses because of school fees. Because the NELFORD, all what you need to do is just to be a Nigerian and also have matric number of a school to apply for NELFORD. They are not only paying the tuition fee, they are also giving a monthly stipend to the student for them to enable them get something to eat, transport to schools, and it's a wonderful thing that we've never experienced in this country before.
The national president, Niger Delta Student Union Government, Keme Romeo, joined his voice to that of other student leaders to thank the president, especially for the pipeline security contracts to secure the pipelines safe at the Niger Delta.
In the Niger Delta, we see a lot of things President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done for, especially in terms of the oil and gas pipeline security contract he gave to our boss, Chief Government Ebompolo, aka Tompolo, through the Tantita Security Services Limited. It is something that has lifted a lot of students and youths in the Niger Delta. Something that has empowered a lot of us. So it is better if they are doing a work like this. It is still proper that we come to learn our voice. That's why we travel all the way to come and show solidarity to Mr. President today.
Ramsey Enoch Agbo reporting for Global TV News.
As Nigeria observes Democracy Day, a day set aside to reflect on the country's journey under civilian rule, questions continue to arise about the true impact of democracy on everyday Nigerians. 26 years after the return to democratic governance in 1999, how are citizens feeling about the state of the nation? Our correspondent Amarachi Ibe reports from Owerri.
Democracy Day, now marked on June 12, commemorates the historic 1993 presidential election, widely regarded as Nigeria's freest and fairest, and honors the struggle for democratic governance. While the government celebrates milestones, many residents here says democracy is here to deliver meaningful change in their lives.
Since the 25 years of democracy in this country, there have been no impartation. Life still remains stagnant. People are suffering. You can see how everywhere looks like. Insecurity, so many things not to mention.
For some, democracy is a simple word, not a lived reality.
For 25 years, the trouble we have in Nigeria is that the real people, the masses, are not being carried along. What do I mean? The things that are supposed to get to the masses, the poor people, are not getting to them. The bourgeois, the capitalists, the rich, the mighty, they hang it on the up. The thing doesn't get down. So, and that is the challenge we have. Democracy is democracy if the people who are supposed to benefit are benefiting.
So democracy, they were supposed to be happy, but the way economy is affecting everybody. This fuel subsidy, our president should listen to the masses and try to bring it down. Let him bring the fuel subsidy down. Let him help the masses. We are suffering. We are suffering in the country. That's all I will say for now.
Others agree that democratic rule is better than military rule, but says progress has been too slow and often unfair.
Stop fooling ourselves. There is nothing like democracy in this place. Nigeria as a whole, there is nothing like democracy. Let me just tell you the truth. So I don't have anything to say other than to say there is nothing like democracy. Them themselves, they know the truth. There is nothing like democracy. If they say there is democracy, left for them. But for me, there is no democracy.
As Nigeria continues on this democratic journey, the hope of the people remains unchanged. Good governance, accountability, and a country that works for everyone. Happy Democracy Day, Nigerians. From Owerri, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
Earlier, who made the plea in a broadcast to the state at Government House Makurdi, says their patriotism and peaceful fight for freedom should continue to inspire and guide the nation's actions. Our correspondent Felicity Ndere reports that the governor also expressed optimism, assuring the people that the signs of peace so far are encouraging.
Nigeria observes Democracy Day in honor of the June 12, 1993 election each year, an electoral exercise widely regarded as the country's most credible poll, won by the late Chief Moshood Abiola.
Today, everybody celebrates Nigeria as a common entity.
Democracy Day activities in Benue commenced with a statewide live broadcast by Governor Hyacinth Alia from the Government House in Makurdi.
Let us not forget the countless Benue citizens, men, women, and youth who lost their lives in various crises across our communities while defending their land and their right to be heard. Democracy thrives only when the people are heard, respected, and protected.
Shortly after the broadcast, the governor was welcomed by a large gathering of union leaders, civil servants, political appointees and party loyalists who pledged their continued support for both his administration and that of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
We stand united for you, Excellency. Come 2027, you will be elected by the special grace of God. Let me also thank His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, for his partnership and love for Benue State.
Addressing the pressing issue of security, Governor Alia reassured citizens that both state and federal governments are collaborating to tackle the security crisis that has claimed numerous lives across Benue communities.
For those of us who have chosen and taken an oath to defend them and to protect them and to bring back peace, all the good people in the state, as we reflect on this great day that we celebrate those who have made Nigeria today, let our conscience remind us of the fact that what unites us is greater than what divides us.
To mark the day, Governor Alia, represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Deborah Abe, visited the Nigerian Correctional Center to commemorate with inmates.
And this is because he recognizes the fact that you are citizens of Nigeria and you're citizens of Benue State.
For the people of Benue, Democracy Day is not only a time to reflect on past sacrifices, but also an opportunity to recommit themselves to protecting and upholding the ideas of democracy, a call to unity, hope, and continued nation building. In Makurdi, Felicity Ndere, reporting for Global TV News.
You're watching the live broadcast of the News Prime. When News Prime returns, we'll look at other stories for you after the break. Please stay with us. Many thanks for staying with us. Now, June 12th of every year is observed as the Nigeria's Democracy Day to remember the successes of the nation's democracy. In Kano State, no celebration was held as residents were seen going about their daily businesses, even though the day is declared as a public holiday. Our correspondent Idris Jibrin, who went around the state metropolis, now reports.
June 12 was first observed as Democracy Day during the last administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. It is meant to celebrate Nigeria's Democracy Day and to also honor the struggle made by late Abiola following the annulment of June 12 elections by the military administration of General Babangida. In Kano, no celebration was held to mark the day because, according to them, there is nothing to celebrate considering the persistent economic hardship across the country. Nigeria has now enjoyed more than 20 years of uninterrupted democracy, but for some Kano residents, there seems to be little or no achievement, especially on areas of education, health, and economic development, as well as widespread insecurity across the country. Many Nigerians residing in Kano believes that there is nothing to celebrate, even on June 12 Democracy Day. However, there are others who argued that having over 20 years of uninterrupted democracy is actually something to celebrate across the country. But generally, people are saying that the quality of education is very poor, infrastructures are very poor, and then there is widespread insecurity, especially in many parts of northern Nigeria. But be that as it may, Nigeria has something to celebrate on the June 12th Democracy Day. From Kano, Idris Jibrin reporting for Global Television News.
From Sokoto comes a report on 26 years of uninterrupted democracy. In this special report, our correspondent Lawal Aliyu examines Nigeria's democratic journey, incorporating perspectives from various stakeholders.
Since 1999, Nigeria has conducted multiple general elections, bringing leadership changes and governance reforms. However, electoral transparency and credibility remain key concerns, Are Nigerians truly experiencing the benefit of democracy?
One of the noticeable challenges is in the education sector. We all attend public schools, but today, quality education often feels out of reach, unless a child is enrolled in a private institution. Public schools once provide a strong foundation, but now, not every child in these schools can truly benefit from their education.
We have issues like the increasing rate of corruption, godfatherism is on the rise. We also have the issue of banditry and also terrorism in the northeast.
So going to the health sector, of course, we are still talking about the primary health care. It's a very, very important aspect of the health system in the country. This is where the preventive and promotive part of the healthcare are being delivered, and this plays a very great role in the health of the entire country and the nation in general.
In some countries, especially other African countries, you can see that they cannot conduct elections regularly, and then also there is military intervention.
However, Bashir Abubakar Sarkin Hausa of the APC believes there is a cause for celebration of uninterrupted democracy in Nigeria.
Regime after regime, government after government, there are a lot of progress. This is to tell you, we choose democracy, the military route, because in democracy you can voice out your needs, and the government must listen to you.
Despite the progress highlighted, Naomi Kambenda, a concerned citizen in Sokoto, emphasized that patriotic leadership is crucial for democracy to flourish in the country.
So the thing is, we need to sort out patriotic Nigerians, those who really care about Nigeria, not those who plan to make their pockets big from whatever they get occupying public offices. I think it's time we look within and let's be honest with ourselves.
Dr. Awal Musa suggests that strengthening institutions such as the Electoral Commission, judiciary, and police will enhance democracy in Nigeria.
We have to strengthen institutions like the INEC. We have to strengthen institutions like the police to let the police know their roles during elections. And then we also need to create awareness to the electorate, the masses, you understand, to know their rights, to know what they need to do during elections.
Despite democratic governance, Nigeria continues to grapple with insecurity, including insurgency, banditry, and ethnic